What up, YouTubers? This is Faith. This is my product review on Gerber graduate foods, snacks, and foods. So this is Jaden. He's 9 months old now. Say hi, Jada Pooh, my lovely son there. He is a baby bullet baby. So I do puree his foods and I'm starting to make them a little bit thicker for him. So that's my baby bullet bag. And so he does eat pureed food 90% of the time. He does love these graduate foods. The things that I don't make for him, I even make his rice cereal. I just don't make any of the meats yet. So what I do is I give him these Gerber jars of food, like the chicken noodle. He loves pasta primavera, spaghetti with tomato sauce and beef. So this is where he gets his protein from, because I'm just not 100% confident in making the meat as far as cooking it, making sure that he's ready to chew it and eat it. I will start with the elbow pastas and the small star pastas. So eventually he will get out of this. I do make his rice cereal, so he has oatmeal cereal and also oatmeal and brown rice cereal. So I do make his rice cereal, so he gets his grains from there. But he gets a little extra green because a lot of these have like the pastas in it. But that's the only thing that he's probably seeing this stuff and he's getting a little excited. But that's why I don't make the meat yet. So my goal is by the end of January to be able to prepare his food for him as far as the meat. Then 100% of his foods will be pureed. And now they're kind of finally chopped. So what I do, like I started out with Jaden, was the graduate puffs, and they have it in different stages. This is for crawler. Since Jaden is a crawler, basically what they consist of, a crawler is a baby that can crawl and that has his belly off the floor when they're crawling. So that's some of their criteria for when it's good for them to be particularly considered a crawler. They're looking for crawling with stomach off the floor, beginning to self-feed with fingers, and begins to use jaw to mash food. And that's when they consider your baby a crawler. So he does use the graduate's peach, which is great because I actually get to see him actually chew. And they melt in his mouth, so they're not really hard to digest. I give him the sweet potato or peach puffs, or I think there's like a different, like a regular one. And then I started him with the yogurt melts. I give him some of those for breakfast. They're like sun-dried fruit yogurt. He sees them and he totally wants them, so I'm gonna have to give him some. He loves the yogurt melts. They do melt in his mouth. I get that in peach and also in the strawberry. And he does love his waffle wheels. Let me tell you, that's a bigger food. I'll give him waffle wheel now, so we can stop the crying. Oh, and he's definitely teething again. Here's your waffle wheel. Here's an example of why I love to give him these foods instead of all pureed, and he gets to learn to chew and eat. He does have 4 feet, 4 feet, 4 teeth in the top and 2 feet on the bottom. And that is my Jaden. He is trying to put the whole thing in his mouth, but he can manage a waffle wheel. He will break it up into pieces, but he sits there and marinates on that for a little bit. I keep an eye on him with those in particular because they are big pieces. But the puffs and the yogurt melts, he just devours those. It's great finger foods for dexterity and learns how to eat. So that's my review. I definitely recommend those. And again, I am like an organic food. I know this food is, processed, dried, reheated, whatever, to keep them clean or whatever. But I do recommend the graduates as far as the snacks go, because it does help his development as far as chewing and eating and stuff like that. I'm not a self-weaner because I'm scared he's going to choke. As far as him self-feeder, I mean. But again, I do use the graduates yogurt melts. I do use the waffle wheels, and I do use the puffs, and I do use the stage 3, which do have chunks in it, and again, it's for crawlers. So I do use that, and I find these products supplemental to the pureed foods that I make with the baby bullet. And he's 10 months old, so he has a myriad of foods that he eats, all kinds of fruits and vegetables, zucchini, carrots, all that good stuff. He does that when the camera light is in his face. That's Jaden saying, I hope they found this video helpful. And that's my review on Gerber graduates. And hopefully you found it helpful. And you can enjoy a few seconds of Jaden eating his waffle wheel and chewing all over his onesie. lovely. Done.